By the time I, the long-lost daughter, was brought back to the Sterling estate, my place in the family, or lack thereof, was already carved in stone. My brother Marcin, 3 years my senior, was the designated heir to the Sterling Corporation. And the imposter, the girl who had stolen my life, was already married to a man of equal stature, living her own fairy tale. And me? I was the country girl who'd barely finished high school, a ghost from a past they'd rather forget, stumbling over my words in their polished world. My biological parents could only sigh at the sight of me before tucking me away in the old west wing of the mansion. They promised to support me for life, yet they were too stingy to even share a single meal at the same table. After 3 months in this gilded cage, I made a decision. I had to escape. "Oh, my sweet grandson, come, look what Grandma has for you." "Mom, you're spoiling him. He's my precious boy. Isn't spoiling him my job?" The mother and daughter laughed, their playful banter filling the grand living room as they led a little boy of about 3 inside. It was a scene of domestic bliss that had played out countless times over the past 3 months, but none of it had anything to do with me. I had returned to this house 3 months ago. My adoptive parents had just passed away when a man who shared a faint resemblance to me found me. He said he was my brother. He told me the family had been searching for me for years, that our parents were desperate to have me home. I'd always known I wasn't my parents' biological child. I was curious to see what my real parents were like, to understand why I was lost in the first place. But when I arrived, I learned that another daughter had long since taken my place, basking in the warmth of their affection. Annalise Sterling. It was Annalise's biological mother who had stolen me from the hospital and abandoned me. By some miracle, someone found me and took me in. Now, Annalise was a graduate of a top university, the director of public relations at the Sterling Corporation, and married to Julian Kensington, the heir to a family as powerful as our own. They had a son. And me? I was just a girl from a fishing town who hadn't even finished high school. My parents took one look at me and sent me to live in the estate's forgotten West Wing. The constant flurry of activity and celebration at the main house was a world away. My only connection to them was the $500,000 my brother deposited into my account. Pocket money, he'd called it. I stood for a moment under the rose arbor, listening to my mother, Eleanor, ask when Mr. Kensington would be arriving for dinner. Just then, the housekeeper assigned to me came rushing over, grabbing my arm and pulling me back toward my solitary wing. "Honestly, Miss Stella, don't you know your place? Why are you loitering in the main courtyard? You can't possibly understand what the Madam and Lady Annalise are discussing. Why embarrass yourself? Don't tell me you still dream of replacing her and marrying Mr. Kensington? You should take a good long look in the mirror and see if you even come close." The Sterlings and the Kensingtons had an old family arrangement, a promise made before either child was born. If Annalise's mother hadn't thrown me away, the one marrying Julian Kensington should have been me. I'd actually met him once during these 3 months. I was looking for a stray kitten I'd been feeding when I accidentally stepped in front of his car. My so-called mother, Eleanor, had rushed out, yanking me aside with a look of pure mortification.